Thank you. Welcome to the Averill Park Central School District Board of Education meeting on this Monday morning, June 22nd. Let's please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. That brings us to our superintendent's report.
Just a real quick update. Last meeting we did the retiree resolution. We inadvertently left a couple people off. Apologize for that. But we wanted to formally acknowledge them now. Bob Davis, who retired in April, and Darlene Studo, who retired in June 26th officially. Just wanted to congratulate them and wish them a long and healthy and happy retirement. And apologies again for leaving them off the original resolution. And that's it.
Oh, thank you for the update. Item number 3, there will be no public or visitor comments due to the meeting being conducted virtually. Brings us to item number 4, the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Jenny.
Jenny, thank you. Second?
Peter.
Peter, thank you. Any discussion? I just wanted to acknowledge the donation, the generous donation from the Averill Park Athletic Booster Club for the soccer and lacrosse team shelters. That was very generous of them, as well as the donation from Mr. Alan Michaels to support the APHS Student Government Club. So thank you to those folks for their donations. Anyone else? Okay, we'll call it to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Passes unanimously. Thank you. Item number 5. Be it resolved to approve to accept the results of the June 26, 2020 vote for the budget, bus, and equipment purchase, and 2 Board of Education member seats. The results were attached to our meeting information. Do I have a motion?
Jenny.
Jenny, thank you. Second?
Sam. I will.
Sam. Sam, thank you. Sorry.
I'm being quiet.
It is very quiet. Any discussion?
Can I just say one thing? I think this resolution, and maybe you can, as amended, because I think Linda pulled for the resolution from last year. There was no equipment purchase on this, so it's just plus.
Okay. So do we have a new motion to amend the equipment purchase? Remove that from the resolution.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Just caught that.
Okay. Chris, so how do we cancel a motion?
I don't think you need to cancel it as
Chris
much
moves,
as, I don't think you need to cancel it as much as you just would at the end of the discussion, we would approve it with the change in it.
Right. That's how
Right.
we.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny. I was just having a brain break on that. Thank you. All right. So we'll move the equipment purchase piece. I just want to say thank you to all those who returned their ballots, and thank you to our team counting the ballots, because that must not have been an easy task, but it was a nice voter turnout, and very good to see that people were engaged this year. So we appreciate that. And it doesn't hurt that our budget passed with 68% approval rate. That was wonderful. And welcome back, Anne, and welcome to Doug. Any other discussion?
I really, I can't. This vote really, I was worried, right? Because you had 4,000 votes. We haven't seen 4,000 votes in like a decade or more. And that wasn't even under the best of circumstances. So I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But if there was ever a sign that you guys are absolutely doing the right thing, getting the word out, communicating properly, and building up support from the ground up, this was it. You really the less control over the message. You had less control over just being able to feel the pulse of how things were going to go with a physical polling. And I think this vote with the 68% come on a mail-in, where it could have very easily gone the other way, I think just is a real testament. You think of a better way for me to like step out of this role. This is solid. I mean, it's solid, and your messaging, you guys got to stay with it because it's working. Obviously, right? Even if you should at all times, it's obviously that your messaging is working and your communication is working. So just keep on keeping on because you guys have got it down, really.
Can I just say real quick? So I think a PS on the equipment price, that may probably, I don't think that was Linda. That was what we sent to her. But I will say, on piggyback on what you said, this was like an incredible undertaking. And from the moment that we realized or were told that this is the process, Yvonne took over. I mean, she's always led these budget votes ever since I've been here, and we've, been seamless, no issues. And this one was especially crazy. She did so much work on this, coordinating with printers and our company that we use to create the polling books, to get the ballots out, to get information out to the public. And to bringing the ballots back in and to organize it. She did all of that to prepare for the count, which was a unbelievable undertaking and a huge time consuming effort. And she did a great job with it. And with a lot of help from Linda getting the newsletter, out for everybody. We can't understate how valuable Brian Radowitz was in this process and get the information out to the public. And then all the folks that helped us in the district office. And we had some other folks, Casey Fitzgerald and folks from around the district that gave us a hand in doing the ballot count. So it's just an amazing effort by the whole team, but in particular, Yvonne was just amazing in getting this done. And it was kind of stressful too, because it's hard when you're sending out almost 14,000 ballots and some people with post office boxes and we didn't necessarily have that information. So it was just a lot of work, kind of stressful at times to make calls on whether ballots were valid or not valid. And I will say again, a huge help was, Honeywell Law Firm. Chris Honeywell did a lot of primarily was our contact for, questions about how this process would work, should work, what we're allowed to do, not allowed to do. They were hugely valuable in this process. So it's like this massive team effort. And, in some ways it was just like stay out of the way. They got it because Yvonne really led this whole operation and she did a fantastic job, just amazing. So I want to say thanks.
The one person Michael's leaving out there though is Michael, because he wouldn't say it about himself, but there was a lot of decisions made along this process. We adopted, I think probably earlier than any district in the state of New York. Michael's been beating the drum of get it done. We'll adjust if we need to. The getting the ballots out there, the newsletter, we've been on the front end of all of this. And just in the calls that I've been in, a large part of the stress in addition to not knowing, as Jenny pointed out, where everything was going to fall, not really knowing where the community was and pandemic and all that stuff, was timeline in terms of getting the information out there, timing newsletters to ballots, getting ballots out on time. We essentially, considering all this, had zero problems. Everything we needed to get out, got out. It got out when it needed to get out. The information we wanted to communicate got out before people had ballots or when they were just getting their ballots. So I echo what Michael said, that the district office and the work of Yvonne and Brian Radowitz, but Michael led the charge in that. I know he wouldn't state it himself, so just stated for the record.
High school, you go here, you go there. Hey, are you done with that yet?
So, thank
Good
you.
job, Mike.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you. It was kind of a Herculean effort with ever-changing guidelines, so we appreciate all of it, and you stuck with it, which we appreciate too. All right, any more discussion? All right, then we'll call it to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Passes unanimously. Item number 6, be it resolved that the Board of Education does hereby resolve to hold its annual organizational meeting for the 2020-2021 school year on Tuesday, July 7th, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. And be it resolved that the district clerk is authorized to provide public notice of the date of the annual organization meeting. Do I have a motion? Chris, thank you.
Jenny,
Jenny, second, thank you. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously.
And Jesse,
And quick-
just as a note real quick, we are looking at the logistics of bringing that to in person. So we're
Okay,
going to look at the spacing and the 6-foot distancing and the ability to live stream. And so we're looking at different options there to potentially make that meeting in person, not open to the public, so we don't have any issues with, capacity, but still live streaming it somehow. So more to come on that. If we can do that, that'd be something I'll put to the board. We'll look more into it this week to see our capacity to do it, and we'll let you know.
I have a
Okay.
question. So
Yeah.
technically, I wouldn't be still on the board for that meeting, but my position isn't filled. So would there, just because they're not going to fill my position until the school year starts?
yeah, but Hannah, you're off the hook.
Okay, well, not necessarily that I wanted to be off the hook. I just wanted to check to see if I should be there because someone's going to be there instead. So I just wanted to check.
No, we appreciate that. Thank you, Hannah. But I think you are officially off the hook as of June 30th.
Okay.
We appreciate your service, certainly. And with that, before we adjourn the meeting, because Hannah, last meeting you indicated, is there anything you want to add at this point?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't really know what to expect when coming into this. I don't think anybody did because there hadn't been this position for a while. But I was just immediately welcomed and just felt like I wasn't ever afraid to say anything because I knew that you guys were going to be supportive. And I definitely felt like I was always part of the team. I never really felt like I was an outsider, even though I was a student. And you guys have just been such a great group of people to both work alongside and learn from. And if I could take one thing away from this experience, it would definitely just be so much appreciation for what goes on behind the scenes and knowing that without this group of people, the school district would not run as smoothly as it does. It probably wouldn't even run at all. So I think just, knowing that made me kind of look at things a little bit differently. And of course, I wish that everybody could kind of have that perspective. But obviously that's not really possible and like we're teenagers. So a lot of times people don't see very far in front of them. But yeah, like I said, I'm just so thankful to have had this experience. And it's been one of the most educational parts of my high school career. So I wanted to thank you guys for not only making it a great like learning time, but also making it just, you know, I feel like I've really grown closer to a lot of you guys, and that is really special to me. So thank you all.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. And thank you for your contributions, because we really felt like your input was valuable, especially when we were talking about very specific student related things, which is like everything we do. But but yes, on certain things in particular, like the field trips and other issues that we have come up, and your input was very valuable. So thank you. And you always articulated very well what needed to be said. So we appreciate that too.
Thank you. And I look forward to seeing a couple of you guys on Friday. Yes. Friday.
Yes, us too. Thank you, Hannah. Is there anything else? Okay, then I guess the last thing is a motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Jenny. Yes, there we go. Your last time to adjourn the meeting, Jenny. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I still can't vote.
Do I have a second?
Peter.
Peter, thank you. All those in favor? Oh, sorry, discussion, or all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great week.
Hannah, you could run for the board next year.
That's right.
If we're still on Zoom, which I really hope we're not, I could technically do it.
Yes, but good luck, and good luck to all the graduates. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.